There were tons of missed opportunities, and you're right, it does seem tragic when we look back on it, and that was one of the really stark things that jumped out at me when I started working on the book, because we were all scrambling in real time as this story was unfolding. There wasn't a lot of time for reflection until this year when I started trying to build out timelines and detailed chronologies and seeing events overlapping with other events and seeing how things kind of fit together in a bigger picture. So obviously, Ellen has written extensively about the first real missed opportunity, and I hope that she can talk about that in a minute. She wrote about the Russian penetration of the DNC's computer networks and how long it took for the FBI, which had detected that penetration and knew about it, to get the attention of the DNC leadership. For the DNC leadership and for its cybersecurity teams to understand the significance of what was happening and to take the measures which, if they'd taken in time, might have prevented a lot of damage from happening many months later. But there were other moments along the way, and one that jumps out for me is the Obama administration really struggled to figure out how to respond to this attack by Russia during the election. President Obama was really concerned about not being perceived as interfering in the election, not putting his thumb on the scale, he often said. And that meant that they really tried to get bipartisan statements from Congress to call attention to what was happening, to call out Vladimir Putin, to call out Russian intelligence services and explain to the public what was happening. And, Republican leadership resisted that on all fronts. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell refused to go along with any kind of bipartisan statement until very late in the game, and even then it was really watered down and made no reference to Russia at all. Others went even farther in trying to prevent this from becoming an issue that the government could talk to the public about in time. And, even after the election, there were, we are still right now, one of the most baffling aspects of all of this is that here we are well over a year and a half later, and the president continues to describe this all as a hoax, all as fake news. He's convened a single NSC meeting on Russian election interference. It lasted for, as far as we can tell, about 45 minutes. No decisions were made. He picked up immediately after that and went golfing. It's just not, this was a huge, huge thing. This is why we did this book. It's a critical moment in our country's history. An adversary interfered in our election and had an enormous impact, an impact even greater than they expected. And because the president refuses to acknowledge even that occurred, it's really impaired our ability to respond and shore up the defenses that we need to prevent it from happening again.